Hi everyone, welcome back to Edu Remote. We are back with yet another lesson video, and in this video we are going to discuss about individual demand and market demand. Individual demand refers to the quantity of a good or service which an individual consumer is willing and able to purchase at a specific price and time. Individual demand is influenced by the factors of demand, namely price of the commodity, price of related goods, income of the consumer, and taste and preferences of the consumer. Now we have to understand the individual demand schedule. Individual demand schedule is a table which shows the different quantities which a single consumer is willing and able to purchase at various prices in a specific time. In order to understand this in detail, consider the example ahead. Consider this individual demand schedule. Like we discussed, it shows the different quantities of a commodity which a single consumer is willing and able to purchase at various prices in a specific time period. So in this table we have various prices of mangoes on a per kg basis, and we also have the different quantity demanded of mangoes in kgs. Now we will understand the graphical illustration of this individual demand schedule leading to the individual demand curve. The graphical illustration of the individual demand schedule in our example is as follows. First, we will put the prices on the y-axis, and on the x-axis we will put the respective quantity demanded of mangoes. Now if we plot the respective points on the graph, it will look like this. At 30, the quantity demanded is 6. At 40, quantity demanded is 5. At 50, quantity demanded is 4.
At 60, the quantity demanded is 3. At 70, quantity demanded is 2. And at 80, the quantity demanded is 1.
So now if we join these respective prices, it will give us the individual demand curve, which is also negative and is giving us the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Now, why is there an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and why is the demand curve downward sloping, has few reasons behind it, such as diminishing marginal utility and income and substitution effect, etc. But this we will discuss in a different video altogether. Next is the market demand. Market demand is the total quantity of a commodity demanded by all individual buyers in a market at a specific price in a given time. Market demand is influenced by the factors of demand, namely number of buyers, distribution of income and wealth, climatic conditions. Next, we have to understand the market demand schedule. The market demand schedule is a table which shows the total quantities of a commodity demanded by all individual buyers in a market at the various prices in a given period of time. To understand market demand schedule in detail, we will consider the example ahead. Consider this market demand schedule. As discussed, it shows the total quantities of the commodity mangoes as demanded by the individual buyers in a market, such as consumer A and consumer B, at various prices as is given in this table on per kg basis in a specific time period. Thus, the market demand is the summation of the quantities demanded by consumer A and consumer B. So, market demand is A plus B. In order to understand this better, we will consider the diagrammatic illustration of this market demand schedule leading us to the market demand curve. So here we will plot the respective quantities as demanded by consumer A. In this graph, we will consider the quantities of mangoes demanded by consumer B, and finally here we will see how it adds up to the total quantity demanded, which is the market demand. So in case of consumer A, basically the points will be as such. So we are getting this particular graph for consumer A. So this is the individual demand curve for consumer A. Now for consumer B, we will plot the points as such that so for consumer B, we are getting the individual demand curve as this one. So this is the demand curve for consumer B. And finally, the horizontal summation of the individual quantity demanded adds up to the market demand. So we have that as follows. The points will be at 30, it is 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. So at 30, the total quantity demanded is 13. Then at 40, it is 5 plus 6. So the total quantity demanded is 11. At 40, we have this point as 11. Similarly, at 50, by horizontal summation, we have the point at 9. So it will go up to 9.
At 60, the total is 7, so it will go up to 7. At 70, the total is 5, so at 70 it will go up to this point. At 80, it is 3, so here it will go up to this point.
So finally, we have the market demand schedule, and this is the market demand curve. So if we join the lines, we get this curve, which is the market demand curve. So it is basically the summation of the quantities as demanded by consumer A and consumer B. The total is how we get the market demand curve. So this was the concept of individual demand and market demand. That's about all for this video. Do let us know your experience in the comments. If you have any questions, put it in the comments and we will get back to you. Subscribe to our channel, follow us, like and share, and stay tuned for the next video.